Hi, this is a short video on one of my first horse racing systems I developed back in May 2022. Sorry, May 2020. That's approximately 3 years ago now. This, funny enough, is very simple system. It works on four horse form variables. It's probably one of my best selling books, and it is good value for money. When I started modeling horse racing using my own database with code and a 10-year plus form database, which is updated daily, I could model systems very quickly. Now, I mentioned before that this system is only uses four horse form variable, and it's only applicable to UK handicap horse racing. As time went on, I built on this and developed more and more horse racing system with more complex algorithms. But this was good fun. It produces winners. So I'll go through a couple of races with you. So this is the screen you're looking at the moment is a Unix VMware screen. So I don't want to go too techie. That's the operating system I use. I don't very rarely use Windows for anything, purely just Unix, Ubuntu. Now this is the code I'm calling. It's like a routine. So if you notice, there's a date there, 1st of May, 2023. So this is for quite a current meeting. These are all handicap horse races. So on this day, it selected jumps races, which is its top line, top list, and the second list is for flat and all weather racing. So if I just walk you through the screen, I wanted to display salient information. So we've got the race time, we've got the course, truncated Kempton, Warwick, Beverley. We've got the winning prize money, which is divided by 100, so that's 11,300. Today's distance, which is in furlongs, which is 3 miles, and the last race distance, which is 3 miles. Its last race position was 2, and our horse Danny Kerwin. Now we go on to the more interesting stuff. We have the average ability winning prize money, and this indicates how much winning prize money, not place prize money, the horse has won, divided by 100 to give us an easy number to look at. So this horse has won 6k in its career. One below has won roughly the same, 5,800. So this one with the -1 means the horse hasn't won a race yet. Now, what I wanted to do as well was order the selections based on the higher class horses. In other words, the horses which are running the better value races. So if we look at today's prize here, that's 11,300. It's divided by 100, so 2 zeros on the end of that. The next one is 5,200, 4,400, 3,100. So you may ask, why do I do that? You say, well, I'm only interested. I like higher class races because the form is more consistent. Now we look at this column, consistent, and the value 5 there. That is simply just the last 3 race positions added up. So the lower the number that this value, the better. We've got a 15 down here, so the horse is not in form. But don't be confused by that. You might have a big value, but the horse has been running in higher class races. So it could have been running in class 2, and it's not really a chance of winning it. So the informed horses here are Danny Kerwin and Elias Dorr, but consistency is not enough. There's a lot of other variables like the last race prize money. So we can see here we've got 56,000, nearly 57,000 pound race because it's 2 zeros on the end divided by 100. So this horse, Danny Kerwin, came second in its last race, which was a 56,000 or 57,000 pound race. We can see its official rating, and this weight difference column is the weight difference from today's race and its last race, so it's carrying an extra 16 pounds. The total runs is how many runs it's had in its career in any race code. So this horse has run in 18 races. Now, if we look at Roma now, that's running 54. So it's a seasoned handicapper. And an unexposed horse is Kingsford Mill, which is running 10 races. Another interesting horse form variable is the day's last run. In other words, when the horse last raced. So 184 days Danny Kerwin ran, which is quite a long time. It's about 6 months. So you have to look at the horse's fitness and whether the trainer has got the horse fit. Again, this applies to Romano, which is 175 days. If we look at Elias Door, that ran 7 days ago and it won its race. If you look at it as well, it's got a low consistency value. In other words, the horse is in form. It hadn't really run in a big prize race last time. It was only about £5,000, but it is carrying extra £8 today, and it is quite seasoned as well. It's running 30 races in its career. So this section here is for jumps racing. This section is for flat and all weather. It's exactly the same. Now, we didn't get any winners on the jumps meeting. I wasn't happy with these variables here, 184 or 175. In other words, they've had a long break. So, you've got to take that into account. So if we move on to the flat racing, we're looking at today's prize money of about £4,500, whereas this one was 11,000. So these are average races, probably midweek races. Again, we've got the ability, nothing special, but we did have two winners and a second, and they were quite juicy prices as well, 5-1, 15-2. So you would have made quite a decent profit on the day. Just going back to the jumps racing, the only horse I would have bet on that day would have been Elias Door, which came third at 9-4. Now, this is a very, very, very simple horse racing system based on four horse form variables, which can be easily calculated using the excellent free racing post on the website. I'll leave a link in the description where you can purchase. I think it's about £9. I'll just show you some more other races as well as an example. So if we look at the 8th, now there weren't many jump racing selections when that pulled up. If we look at the flat and the all weather, again, this is the highest prize money, today's prize money. So the best races are at the top. So we had second, first, we had 3 winners. Okay, they weren't massive prices, but a winner's a winner. 5-1's not bad. We had a number of seconds, 14-1. Now, if you look at the day's last run as well, in other words, when the horse ran last, you can see they're quite low. So I like that combination. So this wasn't a bad day. I mean, you could have put this in a bot and just back to lay or whatever, or put them in multiples. So if we move on to another day. Again, on the jumps, I don't like the horse Lenny Bennett, 76 days, and it came third. Zestful came second at 7-1. If we look at the flat race and all weather, again, we're looking at low class stuff really, with today's prize money for the race is about 4 or 5 grand. We did have 3 winners on this day, which was quite good. And a winner's a winner. So if we look at our last race, now this was just recent on the 20th of May. I think it was a Saturday. We had a decent race at Bangor on the £7,000 race. Basically, the horse won at 100-30. Now, if we look at the flat racing, there was only really one horse I was interested in. That was that Leap Abroad, because of the number of days it run its last race. The other one was 91-70. I mean, the one that was 91 days ago, at least it came second. But I don't like touching horses really, which have not run for a long time, which have which are coming straight out for the first run of the season after a long layoff. So I'll once again, I hope you've enjoyed that. I'll be putting regular videos up of my other horse racing systems, which are more and more complex. My latest book, which I'll leave a link in, is probably one of the best ones I've written, and took quite a long time to write that and test that system. If you've got any questions, just email me at my website. Thank you very much.